Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ironside cast. Here on the Eastern Front on Pavlov's house. Go for the players. So in the access today we have Ragnar playing as Panzerjäger Tactics for the Waffen-SS, Rainbock as Infanteriedivision for the Wehrmacht, and Smokey as Sturm Tactics for the Waffen-SS Gate. Within the service today, we have Range Karma with Tank of Fire Division, Tilt Tickler without a commander, and Italic Storm also without a commander. On Pablo's house. This is a very thick urban map, especially down here in this little residential area. And you have this large open area with lots of cover around the center with a ruined statue of Lenin. And then you have this little destroyed suburb over here. So there's a lot of different areas of action that can happen on this map. Let's see how this turns out.
You need something built?
So let's just quickly send that troops out to try and get ground. Nothing too unusual. Just doing their best here. Going bit by bit.
Rifleman ready.
Capture any ground they see.
You need something built?
Pioneers also advancing up here. Let's get the control of this fuel pump, but they realize the service nearby. They have to pull back quickly. But the Germans now arriving en masse with their infantry. There's some quick shots into the sappers here. We also have some conscripts arriving here for the Soviets. Lots of shots are being fired here. Rapid succession. Sappers also going to be encountering the Sturm Grenadiers over here. In the ruined suburbs. Sturm Grenadiers on the flank there. Ooh, getting some big shots in on the Sturm Grenadiers though. Those Sappers getting some very close range shots in. I'm not sure who's going to win that engagement actually. As the Sturm Pioneers on the flank are certainly trying to do something. Sturm Grenadiers have to pull out though. With the Wehrmacht assaulting in the center. Like there can be a lot of action happening very quickly on the Eastern Front like this. Ooh, Sturm Grenadiers go down and we see it up there in the corner. Ooh, but the Soviets lost a lot of troops in the center here. I think the Soviets actually lost everything in the center. Or less, so damn. Just that one conscript left. Used to get a point, but I don't think they're gonna get out of there. Nope, mowed down. Polonian squads here trying to fight against these Soviets now from shock. And no commanders from Chill Tickler yet. Maybe the Soviets also fighting with the Germans down here in the south. That's just a structure advantage. We'll see some SS Grenadiers, a cheap alternative to the Sturm Grenadiers, so we have certain commanders. Panzerjäger being one. Lots of shots are just being shot back and forth here. Not looking good here for the Soviets all of a sudden. Germans are quickly turning this fight around. But down here the Soviets are doing fairly decently. Oh, good Molotov there on those Sturm Grenadiers. That is horrible loss there for the Germans. Ragnar's going to have a hard time down here. They are getting more SS Grenadiers to replace the losses, which are cheaper. They can recuperate somewhat. But these Fontoviki are doing a lot of work on him. So trying to do their best though. But the Soviets are bringing up more stuff here for the center. But the Wehrmacht is keeping eyes on it. And northern flank has fallen to the Waffen-SS here. You start to dig in around this weird statue with three frogs. Very intriguing little thing. Lots of barbed wire being laid out here to make it even harder for the Soviets to get up there. They're planning to have an MG or something. Because barbed wire does provide negative cover now if you're next to it. Which makes it very dangerous to be near. You see a universal carrier here, unique to Soviet shock. Lend-Lease from the British Commonwealth. So let's get a bunch of Lend-Lease equipment depending on your commanders. So Bongo also trying to be established here next to the metro cars. Actually, are these called metro cars when they're above ground? Rail cars? Probably just rail cars, to be honest.
We have a DP-28. Give us a target. You need something built?
That's a lot of barbed wire. That's a lot of barbed wire. What are you thinking, Smokey? Here comes the Soviets. And Sabbath can just cut the barbed wire anyway. don't think those Storm Pioneers are going to hold, but I do have some Storm Grenadiers coming up to help. And that's the Universal carrier to worry about. This thing can actually be fairly dangerous. Yeah, taking out the Storm Pioneer right there with a Bren gun attached to it. Panzerfaust being equipped here on the Storm Grenadiers. And they're going to try and take out the Universal carrier. And yoink! Oh, that's the Universal carrier. PPSH has been equipped here, but this Storm Gun is dying cover. That didn't really work out for the Pontoviki right there. Able the Germans last time to secure ground here in the south thanks to the SS Grenadiers. Just slowly applying pressure. Oh, but that's an Maxim right there, keeping the Grenadiers back. I'd like to see the Soviets. The Soviets are probably my favorite thing to watch here on the Eastern Front with the Germans. I feel like Eastern Front battles just always get so hectic and dangerous and destructive. You see some shock troopers coming out too. That's going to be very dangerous for the Germans to handle in this kind of environment. Oh, they back there. Being equipped fully with PPSHs, no less. So it's a simple forward command post down here. And get the 11th guards because they're playing as tank, if they want to call them in. Well, the SS Grenadiers are doing their best, just trying to apply some pressure. Also, forward HQ slowly being driven up here. The Schwerwehrmacht Schlepper. All one has been set up here in the north. They are amongst the ruined suburbs. Is it suburbs? It's just, you know, what's it called? Housing districts, just with a lot of destroyed buildings. This looks like a suburbs to me when I look at it in a glance. I know it probably isn't the suburbs because it's probably still inside the city. Valonians with MP-38s are moving out. Is it 38s? MP-34s, my bad. Which are actually very accurate even as you're moving. Which is a surprisingly useful ability to have. So if they're not sprinting and they're just firing normally while moving, they're actually fairly accurate with them. Here comes the shock troopers. But MG manages to get some shots in, but they are doing for Stalin, which means they cannot be suppressed. But they are in a crossfire. You don't want to be in a crossfire, even if you're shock troopers. MP-38s are opening fire. And it is a very accurate submachine gun, so do not underestimate it. The Soviets in the center trying to do their best to fight here. Plus a child tickler gun for tank destroyer. Looks like Italic Storm is not happy with the map. So we should do their best here to fight in the center against the Germans. So we're gonna have a long firefight here. Leutnant is doing his best here to try and provide support for his troops. Firing a few MP-40 rounds in. The Germans are just having a little bit of a standoff down here in the housing district. Just can sit up there.
Munitions depot complete. Stand ready, Kameraden.
We do have a T-70 running here for the Soviet Union. We also have Max pulled on this side. But the T-70 supporting the shock troopers, that might be enough to dislodge the Sturm Brigade up here of the Valonians. This trench. Valonians only do have to get close with their Panzerknacker. They used to have Panzerfaust, which it's a good chance they have the Panzerknacker now, I'd say. Because they were a little bit too good when they just had Panzerfaust straight out the gate, I'd say. We're trying to move through the streets here. EBSAs have been equipped on some of the conscripts. Molotov being tested on the Grenadiers. And great in the turn. Really does not do much though. And nowhere the Germans have their forward HQ now. The Germans have to be a little bit careful if they get pushed back. EPM on the Pontoviki here. Being in a very good position actually to just shoot towards the HQ. Artillery calling in on the center here. The 70 pushes on the Valonians. Grenade being tossed up the hatch. Doing a lot of good work there. Cleaning up one squad. Another squad about to go down. That's a huge loss there for the Germans, actually, but there's some hand strike. But they can't really fire accurately when they have to keep moving about like that. Keep him inside the big structure here. Just laying down a lot of fire. I wonder if the Soviets apparently know how to levitate. I guess he's a superhero or something.
Fresh guards troops are standing by.
The Soviets need to get on that point and secure it. I think it's a... Oh, it's just a normal point, but it's still important. Haggis quickly being rolled up though, alongside some more Valonians. But Soviets are on the point now. Until be calling on the certain positions in the center by the Lieutenant, who's doing his best with his Gewehr 43. Bishka forced off. Not much action going on down here. Most of the action is happening up here at the moment. Maxim has been rolled up by the Shock Army to hold the ground. T-70 provides a good amount of support, to be honest. Hag has been pinned down. Oh, those Sturmgewehrs just ripped into that Ponzavicki squad. There's a path trick somewhere. There, I guess, is from the Wehrmacht to try and support. Misses. Panzerfaust hits one T-70. All the rocket-based anti-tank seems to be working for the Germans at the moment. Looks like the Valonians are finally getting pushed back up here. Oh, a little bit of lag. That was weird. Postgonians have to pull back there, back to cover. They failed to hit with the hit at the C-70. Cisco now being rolled here by the Shock Army and some more Shock Troopers. After Mthis is trying to fight down here in the housing district. And the Wehrmacht and the Soviets are still fighting over the central area here. Also, we have some Jägers coming up here for the Infantry Division. One of the squads unique to Infantry. Being equipped with some scopes, Sturmgewehrs. And what the T-70 is doing its best here. Just trying to apply a little bit of shots. And the Cisco is doing its best here just to also apply some pressure with artillery. Oh, we see MG-15s. Or MG-30s being handed out here to the Sturm Tactics, Sturm Grenadiers. A little bit of a unique weapon they can get access to. A much earlier incarnation of the famous German machine guns. Oh, high explosive there from the T-70 doing a lot of damage. T-70 is doing a lot of good work here, surprisingly. Bunker being set up here by the Shock Troopers. Looks like the Grenadiers are trying to push up here, being supported by an MG-34. Which has allowed them to push through. Lots of Soviet bunkers have been established to cover the streets, though. Still the Fort HQ back here. And this house district looks a lot more like a, you know, functioning one. I suppose the other one up here is just completely in ruins from previous artillery airstrikes. Doctor was now present here with their PPSHs. And that's a lot of firepower on this squad. Panzerfaust does take out the C-70 though. This MG is in heavy cover. And I don't think the Stormtroopers can... Shock Troopers can really fight against that. And they get suppressed finally. They're holding on thanks to their heavy cover, though. They can't really advance. There's some more shock troops coming up here, some more shock Panzervigi now. Oh, they're trying to use smoke grenades to get close. That's a grenade inside the trench. Almost clears out the MG. But that's allowed the Soviet shock troops to remain here at the front line. Applying a lot of pressure with their weapons now. SVTs and PVSA just ripping into the Germans. Also Maxim coming up behind this. One shock troop was pulls back to be replenished by the truck. As the other shock Panzervigi just holds the line. Not much going on in the center, just a little bit of a standoff. There's not much going on down here yet. Since all the fighting is happening up here at the moment. We have a command Panzer IV F1 coming up. And I think because this is Sturm, this fires exclusively high explosives, I think. Which is honestly quite dangerous. I don't think the Soviets are prepared for this. They do have a assist gun. But this F1 is probably going to do a lot more damage than they anticipate. Yeah, because it's the Sturm one, it's just exclusively high explosive. And I think the shock army realizes. Yep. Cisco needs to set up quick. It's going to be too late.
Mortar team reports ready for combat.
Instagram would not have done much, but it was a valiant attempt. And the SF-1 is just cleaving through the Soviet position up here. High explosive rounds being used wherever they can. But shock squad does make it, but Soviet sappers do not. Soviets have been overrun on the northern flank. I think the Soviets need to do something else on another flank to turn this around. They do have a T-34-76 arriving, which would just play games with this this F1. Because this F1 only has high explosive rounds. So if they send that T-34 towards it immediately, they can clear it out, and it looks like that might be the plan. Yeah, it's actually going into overspeed. Trying to get as fast as it can. But the truck hides back here. And the Soviet army has managed to push up over here. Some guards pushing through, trying to secure some ground. But the Wehrmacht has stuck in back here still. And here's the F1. Heat ramp being loaded. Crew cabin fire in the command tank. And because this is the Sturm one, it just does not have the means to fight a tank. Yeah, it gets cleared out. Very good job there for that T-34. And now there's several more T-34s arriving. That's a lot of T-34s. I don't think the Germans can fight this back. They're certainly going to try to attempt to. Even the command team from the command tank is not going to survive long. I get mowed down there. Now they just need to push up. The Germans trying to steal the CIS quick. Probably to get some kind of consolidation prize out of this. Consolation prize. What do you say it? How do you say it? Consolation? Consolatory? We also have an anti-tank in the center. Another Lend-Lease vehicle. That's an impact grenade. Pretty good one at that. And the T-34 is just doing a lot of work. You can just feel the difference immediately when medium tanks start to arrive. Yeah, I don't think the Germans were prepared for suddenly there being 3 T-34s. The T-34s just laying down the hammers, you can say. Your fausts mean nothing, says the ranged karma. And an orphan German front is now suddenly in big trouble. Because these T-34s just suddenly changed this battle around. Ooh, there's a minefield now set up here. Very smart by the Germans. And the Avalonians just have to get close to the tanks. They need to get close with Panzerknackers, which is not gonna work. Because the T-34s are just... they're protecting each other. Well, they might be able to get one T-34 here. Nope. Machine gun kills him. Yeah, so close. So close there. But T-34s are just ripping into the Germans here. Suddenly the Wehrmacht has to send the heads up to try and support. But can the heads maneuver through all this rubble? Not gonna be an easy thing to do. It's also gonna be one hetzer against 3 T-34s. We do have one support squad here from the Panzerstreck. Gets a good shot in it. But Hetzer has to be very careful. Oh, it fails to penetrate. He gets critical hit in return. Panzerfaust goes off. One T-34 is down. But heat round destroys the Hetzer. You have a stock T arriving here with more Valonians. After this is trying to salvage this situation pretty damn quick. Will it be enough? Because now the Soviets are just pouring through up here. Having those T-34s arrive just in time really saved the Soviets. I guess our ranged Karma may use the advantage of the fact there's not a lot going on down here to send support up there. Waters are trying to hit the Soviet positions though. Lots of mortars actually to try and clear out this area. Stock is trying to do his best here. Takes out one T-34 there. There's one more T-34 has to deal with. Once we get trying to get close, they do have these guys do have anti-tank rates. These guys do not. They do have satchel charges though. But it's not easy for the Soviets to get close to it. That's one more T-34 that's to take care of. It knows where the T-34 is. Because another heads are coming up to help. Most of the Germans have salvaged the operation. Just barely. A lot of back and forth up here. It's nice to see. I'd like to see some back and forth. And MP-34s doing a lot of work here. Getting out more of the Soviets. Heads also coming up as well. More artillery landing near the center. Take out a German machine gun. The Soviets are trying to make a push down here through the environmental, the housing area. But they are being stopped in their tracks by the German machine guns. Ironside really able to move down there. It's most of the action just happening up here. I guess that's where it's open enough to really do it. Well, I guess it's also open to the center, but everyone's just so dug in. Yeah, I suppose it feels like a comeback they're brewing. It sounds like they're having fun. I like to see it. But Germans really need to work hard. You see a Flammhetzer now arriving, unique to Sturm. Hetzer where the gun has been replaced by a giant flamethrower. The Soviets getting more equipment. We're seeing KV-8s now coming out. KV-8s are certainly going to be dangerous, especially in this kind of environment. Meanwhile, the Germans are just digging in here with roadblocks and everything. They want to deny the Soviets access down here.
It is finished. Good work, men.
They are really relying on the northern flank being where they break through by the looks of it.
You need something demolished.
You see Panzer IV also coming up as well. The Germans really need some more infantry to support. Some stormtroopers will probably not go amiss, or some Panzer Grenadiers. Here comes an H-35 as well as the T-34, as well as some Siberian infantry. I don't think the Germans can win this when there's an H-35. Because of that. They're all just focusing on fighting in the north by the looks of it. Oh, that High Explosive has killed some Siberians. That was not a good showing. They're sending some reinforcements up north, realizing that most of the action is going to happen up there. There's just not anything going on in the center here. Both sides are just having a big standoff. So the Wehrmacht can afford to send some reinforcements to the Waffen-SS Hetzer and some Volksgrenadiers. Oh, this Flammhetzer has to be very careful with his positioning. If it forms on its flank.
We will defend it.
Uh-oh. Flammhetzer's in trouble, but there's a Panzer IV. Flammhetzer gets cleared out. They need to be careful of this H-35 though. H-35 might be moving too close though. T-34 gets cleared out. And H-35 gets cleared out by the Hetzer. The Hetzer actually did his job. Explosive round being loaded. Fails to hit. Lone is trying to move up from trench to trench. You have another Valentine tank now coming up here to try and help. And we have a KV-8 trying to rush through down here. I don't think the Waffen is very prepared for a KV-8 just driving through the wall. And they have nothing to really fight it. They have no anti-tank equipment. And they've lost practically all their grenadiers. It has been slowed down though. But the flamethrower is just killing everything. Taking out the Ford HQ and everything. And taking out the mortars. Just, they've burned basically everything down here. Not looking good. And up here the fighting continues. Lots of trenches happening. You even have a Capitan from the Shock Army now present. I think it's the Tokarev I was told the pistol is, not the Makarov, because... Or I might be thinking the other way around. At least one of the pistols was made after the Second World War. It might be the Tokarev though. Stumpkin is doing their best to try and hold, but the Shock Army is just fortifying in this trench here. And the heavy mortar slings in some shots. They're doing their best, but the show is now breaking through down here. Guards are moving through and following the destruction of the KV-8. Oh, good mortar round! Holy shit! That was a really good mortar round. But the Germans are still suffering in losses down here. They are lacking in infantry. But most of the action is still up here. It's 242 in the center. That's a lot of Soviet 80 guns. Panzer IV is doing his best to try and hold. At least it's fighting just shock troops, which don't really have a lot of anti-tank equipment at range. Alonians moving up to try and help the Panzer IV. Then behind the wreck of this T-34. Starting to lay down fire. Valentine tank also present. Launching smoke canisters. But gets hit in the side by the Hetzer. Oh, Valentine tank is barely going to survive that, I think. Needs to back off for repairs. Og så var Hauptmann of the Infantry Division of the Wehrmacht just keeping an eye in this area. Panzer IV tries to drive up, but it has a Flammhetzer for support. Oh, and the Soviets are not prepared to deal with a Flammhetzer. They have to get out of there, and they realize what's going on. The Flammhetzer is very dangerous when it gets in a good position. As you can see right there, burning up the Siberians too. Looks like Ragnar draw. That's not a good sign. That sucks. Ragnar on the southern flank dropped. Unfortunate, but I'll keep watching it here. Might as well, we are this fine already. But very unfortunate. Guess most of the action has been up here anyway. At least the AI will just keep pushing somewhere. That's kind of what the AI is good at. But the Wehrmacht and the Waffen are doing their best to try and push up here now. Because they managed to get up close again. HD5 pushes up now. The HD5 is not really good at dealing with infantry formations. Good about T-45 arriving here. And looks like the Germans doing their best down here still. But the Fontevicchi just getting some good shots in here. Yep, cleaning out that machine gun out in the open. What is the Soviets' plan? We do see an IS-2 coming out. That might actually be more than enough. The IS-2 is very dangerous. We'll see if that's what the Soviets need to win this or turn this around. T-45 is almost certainly also a threat. 242 driving about. Might be driving a little bit too far ahead here. Takes up this 2. Now the shock troops going in behind it. Ooh, gets hit by the Hetzer though. And stunned by the Gewalderladung. And we have some more Walloons on the flank here trying to get close for a Panzerknacker. But Soviets are covering the tank. More down the Wallonians as they try. Once the IS-2 arrives, that's going to be a big threat, unless they can get close with Panzerknackers. The 85 pullbacks for repairs. The Waldlandung's been tossed over the buildings. Siberians also helping dig in now. There's lots of digging in going on here. And the stalemate in the center continues. Although the Wehrmacht is trying to slowly make some pushes with some light artillery from the officers. You know, the IS-2 is now going to reveal itself. Who hits the structure though? It's not the most accurate thing on the move. But what can the Germans do to an IS-2? They have to get really close or be very lucky with their Panzerfaust or rockets. Sturmgrenadier is getting close here. Panzerfaust goes off. Hits it in the rear. Does some decent damage. Panzer IV is going for a flank, but there's T-34 to cover it. Takes out the Panzer IV. Flammhetzer's going in for a kill. We get taken out by the 85. But the eye is just to pull back for repairs here. Lots of Soviets have been prepared. 85 also on the southern flank now to try and keep back the AI's forces. Takes out the command tank there. Do not underestimate the 85. The 85 has a really damn good gun. Can really just change the tide against German vehicles, as you can see. Like suddenly the Germans no longer have the tank advantage when the 85 starts rolling into the field. Ooh, Panzerfaust off! Ah, because it has cage armor. Yeah, cage armor is really good at improving that. That 5% increased armor value should not be scoffed at. It can actually save it from stuff like Panzerfaust and the Panzerschrecks. Unfortunately, it doesn't show. That Panzer guy should do it. Yep. Babylonians are suffering heavy losses here. They're doing their best to try and hold the shock troopers at bay. IS-2 is ready for action again. Also have a few conscripts just to try and support, but they got mowed down, trying to get into the trench. You have a Jagdpanzer arriving now. Oh, that is actually a pretty damn good threat. Might have to have a good chance against the IS-2. We can get consecutive shots in. Talk trying to get up here to keep the Soviets fighting. The AI has called in a Tiger tank on the southern flank though. Which normally I don't think that commander should have access to, but the AI does cheat, so what can you do? There it is. Now the IS-2 is moving up. Backpan's gonna try and get shots in. Fails to penetrate the first shot. Second shot managed to penetrate. Third shot fails. AP round has been loaded. Jagdpanzer pulls back. Brave attempt there from the Valonians again. Just being pushed forwards to die, more or less. IS-2 going for a shot here in the pack. Takes them out. No big surprise. The IS-2 is a very dangerous weapon. Looks like the Soviets are still fighting up here. Like, it's just lots of back and forth. We also see double Panzerjägers now here. I guess Moby's just trying to throw anything at the IS-2 to see if it works. Problem with Panzerjägers is it's not really an assault-based weapon. It's more of an ambush weapon. If you move out in the open, you're easier to hit and you'll also have a higher chance of missing, especially if you're close to each other. You don't want to be close to each other if you're using several rocket-based artillery, because then that stuff happens where they become super inaccurate. You do not want to spam rocket-based anti-tank next to each other. They suffer huge accuracy penalty if they're bunched up. You want to spread them out and be in ambush positions. It's not something you can just rush out in the open with. I think the Germans are slowly being bogged down here. IS-2 is ready for action again. So we just need to actually assault. More balloons trying to push forward, but they're running into Siberians with submachine guns. Probably not the fight they want to take. That said, they do get actually a good grenade off. Yeah, a good impact grenade. That actually allows them to win through that engagement with the other troops. The artillery comes in here from the CIS gun, and we have the shock troopers holding the line. Ooh, that's another grenade. Just almost still hung granada though. But so far it's just going a little bit back and forth up here. Wish it to 5 is going to get a good shot on that heads up potentially. Oh, it aimed for the Panzerjäger? Probably because it was not set to only target vehicles. That's generally a rookie mistake you see sometimes. The Soviets are suffering some heavy losses here too. But that's pretty normal when you're playing the Soviets. Ice was front-loaded by the 85. Aim for the Jaegers, I'm imagining. Yep, almost takes them out. Jagdpanzer is going to take a shot here soon. Fails to penetrate. Rocket base anti-tank fails. It's a no. Also fails to penetrate. More artillery going in. IS-2 in the move. D5 gets taken out there. When IS-2's just killing anything that comes its way. That's an IS-2 shoot. But it gets hit there by the Jagdpanzer. Panzerfaust's gonna go off. Fails to penetrate. I think the IS-2 is the most heavily armored vehicle on the Allied side, so do not underestimate the armor on this thing. This thing can take a lot of damage. Takes a lot of punishment to get through it. One of my favorite Soviet tanks too. This is such a cool design. That's not looking good for the Germans. They are bringing a lot of Panzerjägers up though, or Jagdpanzers. And will actually help dissuade the IS-2 hopefully. More Flammheads are also being prepared behind us. I'm not sure how efficient they'll be. So it's set before the HQ over here. And they could get the naval infantry they want, which is the unique call-in available to Shock Army. The 83rd Naval Infantry. Unfortunately, they don't have a unique model because I think it's impossible to make unique models in How many Heroes 2 modding, unfortunately. Which the 85 has to be careful here. Yep, got hit by a Jagdpanzer, but it only deflected. That was a close call. That's actually, that's an issue 100, never mind. Stu is also moving about. Here's the hit. Oh, but this radio will soon be ready again. Jäger's on the move, advancing. That's still a Granate. I don't think that the Sturmgrenadiers want to be out there. Too many Soviets. Impact grenade kills one of the Sturmgrenadiers. Stu gets taken out by a DT-5045. IS-2 is ready for action again. Jagdpanzer and SU-5 is having a little bit of a fight. Oh, actually, that's the SU-100. And the SU-100 outranges the Jagdpanzer. But the SU-100 does not have that much armor. It's the same armor as the SU-85, I think. That's it. That big gun does a lot of deflection damage, you can see. It's a 100mm gun. It's a huge gun. But it has a very low rate of fire, as you can see. Takes out the Jagdpanzer. .185s are arriving. Big shot there on the SU-100. Jagdpanzer's doing his best to hold. 185 is getting close. 185 cleared out. Artillery being called in here now. Calling by, oh that's gonna be a fire mission. It's not the super heavy one, but that's still gonna be a lot of damage. Here comes Soviet artillery. The hits gets taken out. Doesn't hit too much, but still, that's a lot of artillery. Never mind, that actually took out a fair amount. Now the Germans is in really big trouble. 3 Flammheads are being prepared, probably to rush the center here. So they want to try and push through the center if possible, just to cause some havoc. Because the northern flank is just collapsing to the Soviets slowly. It worked though. The Flammheads is advancing. Not a sight you see normally. Balloon is coming up behind it. Here comes the 85s. Which can easily take out the Flamhetzes. Let's hit the Germans that make some space here, but the 85 is just gonna stop this. One Panzer does go off. Issue 100 also trying to get around here. One more 85 still arriving. Flamhetzes is just taking too many hits. Another Panzer on another 85. And the Flamhetzes are preventing this issue 100 from firing or even functioning. I do think flamethrowers should do damage to tanks personally. Might not need to be a lot instantly, but it needs to at least do something, I think. Issue 1, IS-2 pushing up here now. That's the Jagdpanzer. But the Germans just lost so much, I think this is kind of over for them. Yep, they surrender. Well, a pretty interesting match. A shame about Ragnar leaving. What can you do? I hope you all enjoyed it at least. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.